go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this. Don't you worry, two leaves won't grow the same. And people might forget your name. Doesn't matter if they do.
I am chosen, and today I choose me before I wait for someone else to choose me. Selah.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pineapple Grenade by Robyn. I am so excited tonight and a little bit dolled up because I get to see my soul sister and sunshine, Miss Trevilia Hodge, also a motivational speaker. She is the creator and the founder and the epitome of the positive diet. I'm sorry, I'm so excited. The other thing is that we have been away from each other, just remote to each other ever since COVID-19 started, and I am so excited because not only is she a motivational speaker and an executioner over the positive diet, but guys, she has written a play called The Other Side, and then she is also in the midst of releasing a short film that we're going to talk about tonight. The purpose of this is that we get to talk for quite some time, so I hope that you enjoy part 1 and part 2 of this. She's going to tell us her story full-fledged, and then hopefully we'll have her on some more, because she is, like I said, the executioner of the positive diet in not only my life, so many others. So we're so excited. Okay?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pandemic.
She's been holding on. She's been holding on to a craft, y'all, and she got many more. Welcome again, everybody, to Realizing You with Pineapple Grenade by Robyn, and we do have our humble and beautiful guest, Trevilia Hodge, right here. She is back with us after almost a whole year. It's been a whole year since we've been experiencing the pandemic, and on last year in 2020. We actually got the opportunity to hang out at the Limitless Conference, where she invited me, and she was the motivational speaker talking about the positive diet. Before that, she has been my treasured friend and divine sister. She is a spiritual advocate of mine. She is a hard driver in my life. I am so thankful to have you. We're gonna cry a little bit.
Oh, Jesus.
So what we wanted to bring to you guys today is just her complete story, and like I said in our intro, it will be a 2-part series, so get ready for everything to be busted wide open as it relates to becoming authentic to yourself. That's what Realizing You is about. We're live in living color, as we'd like to portray in everything that we do at Pineapple Grenade. We're so thankful to have you. How you been doing?
I'm good. I'm nervous and I'm excited. So my cheese is like this.
Yeah.
Because I'm so nervous, but I'm excited, and it's so good to see you. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful because it was this day last year, literally 365 days ago, that we were told to go home.
This is the day, y'all.
This is the day. Literally, this is the day. March 11th, 2020. I'll never forget it. And they were like, well, you're going to be here for like 2 weeks. And, and fast forward 365, I'm here with my beautiful, I call her my divine sister.
And she's my sunshine.
Oh,
every day.
Thank you. And I had hair and a wig and weaves, and now I don't. So, hello, pandemic.
Yes. So just a little recap from 2020. Not only was she a speaker at the Limitless conference that was hosted by Rachel Yvonne Davis, but we also had the opportunity to share with her play called The Other Side, and it's really related to her testimony. Now she's experienced some things to date since that moment, where she has had to overcome some hurdles, but with faith, she is preparing to release the short film called The Pandemic. So let's just talk.
Okay.
Where you want to start? 2021 or Jersey?
Oh, let's start from the beginning. The beginning was the Word, and the Word was God.
And with us.
So, I am a little bit. I like to laugh. I'm a little bit of a goofball, everybody. So, and I'm okay with that. It's one of my, traits. We could start with Jersey, or we could start with, I was thinking when you said The Other Side, the play last year. We were supposed to travel with this play, and because of the pandemic, we did not. And it was January the 11th, and then March the 11th.
There was the pandemic. We went from 12 ladies, a full audience of people viewing her for the first time, to 2 months later, us being quarantined.
Yeah,
so
I love it. I think, in life altogether, I've always been a person to not focus on what I know I survived as, I went through this and I did this, and wear it as like badges of honor, right? So I always think of accomplishments in different aspects, whether it is something that you do and win an award or a prestigious award, or if it's something in life where you could just do like this, or somebody else gives you a round of applause. But then what about the tragedies that we go through, right, in life? No one gives you a round of applause for that. But I think you owe it to yourself to look at the situation that you've been in, and because you've been through it, let's move through it, because if you keep reliving it, which that's something that we're taught to do, or to wear it as an identifier of who we are, right? Because we've all experienced some type of trauma in our life. Some people may not, and if you haven't, I'm not knocking you, just live a little longer, because something, may happen, and if it doesn't, that's awesome, because that's your path. But the majority of us have experienced something, and I just feel like you can look at it as I survived it. I went through it. I accomplished life regardless of,
I lived it.
Yes, I lived it. And when I was back I'm from New Jersey, but I live in Texas now. Shout out to Exit 9.
Yes.
So, I live in Texas now, and New Jersey, homegrown. Thank God for it. Still have family there. And I remember years ago, I used to do some A&R work for Hot 97, right? And this is when Wendy Williams was on the radio. So a lot of us know Wendy Williams. Hey, Wendy. And my brother always tells the story about the time that I called into the radio station. This was a long time ago, guys. I was a lot younger. I am almost 50. I just want y'all to know. So I was a lot younger. I know I look like 35, but I'm not. And and so she was talking about plus size women, and and she used to be a big girl, plus size, big girl. And so she was just having her moment, and she was going in, and I'm like, but I don't understand why you need to really have this type of ignorant comment about a plus size woman when you used to be one. If that's not who you are, that's just not who you are. If that's not what your cup of tea is. Some people don't like skinny people. Some people don't like certain, shades of people. It's, it is your preference. So I called her, and we had a very choice conversation. That's all I'm going to say. Got a little heated. I don't know if she remembers that, but I was watching her documentary, because I don't watch her show. That's just not my speed. But I was watching her documentary, and I watched her movie because one of my cousins asked me what my opinion was on it. And I have to look at her, and I want to use her as an example, because I don't think people look at her in this standpoint. Her work ethic is literally bar none to people in her industry, right? And this woman has endured a lot of trauma. So even though you may not know me right now, and you'll get to know me during this time, and you may not know the things that I've been through, or I don't, you know, I haven't written books or had people, you know, Robyn will tell you some things that she knows that I've been through. But look at someone like that, right? Now, while she still at this moment is very emotional, she has a lot that she's dealing with, is still processing all the things that she went through. When you listen to her and how she still showed up, she still went, and I mean showed up,
and has exceeded
expectations and did not become a statistic.
Yes.
And that is what I want the world to embrace, because you don't have to become a statistic. Because if I were to say that I gave in to the things that I went through growing up, I should be in the projects, and I'm not knocking anybody that lives in public housing. I should be in the projects, some type of tenement, some type of assisted living. I should definitely be on welfare.
Yes.
I should definitely have multiple baby daddies. I should have never traveled to different countries. I should be okay with just being in that particular state of being because of what was handed down to me and some of the things that I've been through. Because statistically, women who went through abuse and neglect and things of that nature usually follow that pattern. I don't have multiple baby daddies. That's just not what I think I was born here to do.
Yes.
And so, or be in a state where I feel like I wasn't chosen to live a certain life. Like I still had to go through hurdles. There were still things that I still had to work through, right? Because I look at myself and I'm like, you should be even further than where you are. You know, why are you not further than where you are? But at any age, you can still do what you want to do. Do the doggone thing. It doesn't matter. But take advice from somebody who's willing to be open, especially if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 30s. Realize that you do not need to wear the armor of trauma on your body. You need to wear the armor of victory on your body because you lived through the trauma. If you need to talk about what you've been through, talk about it. Get a therapist. I'm not saying your girls are not good and your fellas are not good and the barbershop talk on Saturday isn't helping, but you need to really work through it and say, I won't let it limit me. And that's why I love the Limitless Conference. The Limitless Conference was amazing to me because, you know, I really want women to embrace who they are.
Yes.
I have been a plus size woman more majority of my life compared to not, right? But I'm fine. Like, not fine like, oh, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine.
She fine.
Hello.
I'll get out.
Okay? And I think I'm fine. I don't care what anybody else thinks.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's not for them to own, you know? And I just think that if people embraced who they were, you know, and I'm not promoting obesity, let's say that, and I'm not telling you to go out and eat whatever so you can get over a certain weight because that's going to make you fine. I want you to realize, looking in the mirror and accepting where you are today and saying to yourself, hello, I got this. She fine, we fine, I'm fine. And it's just all of that. And you know, the thing that's beautiful is that where you are, if you really stop and pause and you really take the opportunity to love on yourself, you can achieve everything that you want for your life faster, at a better pace, and it's much healthier. Because now I have a goal. I want to lose a certain amount. I've lost a certain amount of weight during the pandemic.
She's still fine.
And I have more weight to lose. And I have what they call the best chicken. You know, when they say women like arms like this, fry the best chicken, I do. I promise you that.
Yes.
That's the Jersey.
It ain't better from that Nashville chicken.
That's the Jersey coming out. But but it's like people could get offended about that. But it is what it is. You don't let social media or a meme dictate who you are in life.
Yes.
Because if that were the case, I would have not.
Or where you're supposed to be. Where you are right now is in perfect design.
Yes. And today I need to be this person maybe for a little girl who needs to see, or a young man who needs to see that I feel good about who I am as a human being. I feel good about who I am as a woman. I feel good about who I am as an aunt and as a sister and as a friend.
Yes.
I feel good about who I am as somebody's future wife. You know, I know I have so much to offer. I embrace my uniqueness. I embrace the fact that I decided, you know what, I look better without hair. You know, I have alopecia from it, and I thought that I know that as a person, I feel good with who I am, and when I meet people, I don't shake their hand and say, hello, I'm a survivor of abuse. Hello, I'm a survivor of neglect. Hello, I was a fatherless child. My dad abandoned me. Hello, no, I said, hello, my name is Trevilia.
Yes.
It is so nice to meet you.
Very nice.
Right, like, hi.
All of that.
Okay, all of that. And you know, and then the thing is, like, we'll meet people and we'll exchange, you know, greetings. But then it seems like when you get into a relationship with someone, or even friendships with someone, then you introduce everything negative that you've been through in your life. That's when you know you need to go get some help. And that's not a bad thing. One thing I can say we've learned in the pandemic is it is okay to take care of your mental health, especially in communities that are not necessarily told that growing up. And I cannot say identify what those communities may be, because they're not specific to color. It could be any community, right? But understand that, especially because we've all been through 2020 together. We've been in this pandemic. We're still in this pandemic, right? And this pandemic has caused PTSD for so many people. Some people don't even realize they have it. Some people don't realize they have pandemic fatigue. Some people don't realize they have pandemic anxiety. Some people have no idea what they're dealing with. They're just reacting different. But it's okay to take a moment and let somebody talk to you and see where they can help you. Then dig some other things up that you may not have talked about and let it out. So then you can lean in to where you are. So once you do that and you break through that plateau, you are living on a whole nother level. And that's why the positive diet is a mental plateau buster, because of the fact that so many people don't realize that they have mental plateaus like you have physical plateaus, right? So, you know, you are hitting a wall and you say, I can't get to the last 5 pounds. I hit a plateau and I just got 5 more pounds I want to lose, or 20 more pounds I want to lose, and my body just won't do it. Your trainer will tell you, we got to switch it up.
What's that calorie intake?
Right. And because the muscle memory in your body has now become used to a certain thing. Well, what about this muscle in here? And
that's why we can't grow.
Right. And what about what it remembers? And what is it about what you told it yesterday? And what about it if you walk past the mirror several times and you told yourself, ugh, or you didn't smile when you look in the mirror, or you didn't, embrace yourself or give you one of these, or be like, ow. Your mind is remembering that. It is literally absorbing what you're doing. So if that happened to you as a child, if someone abused you or neglected you or verbally abused you or wasn't supportive of you, and as an adult, you're not being supportive of yourself, you're constantly regurgitating that. And that muscle memory's there. So the things that you want to do or how you want to feel about yourself is not going to happen. I made a vow to myself that every time I walk past the mirror, I'm going to smile at myself. I don't care if it's a bad day or if I'm not feeling well. Even when I got really sick during the pandemic, and we'll talk about that in a moment, at my weakest time, I still smiled at myself. I had to do that because there was a time when I showered in the dark. I literally would go into the bathroom and I would never turn on the light, and I would shower and I would get out the shower and I would get dressed, and I wouldn't, because I did not want to walk past the mirror. I could not get away from it. I didn't want to look at myself. So then I started doing things where I would write in what's this? Little eyebrow pencil. There you go. And it's the medicine, because we're gonna talk about what happened to me in the pandemic. And so I started writing different things to myself to embrace, to get myself back to a place where I wasn't angry with myself. I said, well, how do we get to a place where you decided you didn't want to shower with the light on anymore because you didn't want to look in the mirror? And I had to be kind to myself to get to that place to understand what got me there. Like, I'm literally living in my 2-bedroom condo. I drove a Jaguar. I worked for somebody who had a Maybach, and I was smaller than this, and I'm wearing all kind of, I'm suited, booted down, okay?
She was living the life.
You hear me? And could not take time for myself. There's something wrong there, because if you could take time for other people in their lives, you have time for yourself. You really do. You just have to figure out why you don't make the time. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where you feel like you're like it's a weight. Being good to yourself and self-care shouldn't be a weight. It should be a joy. You should be craving to have self-care. You should be like, oh, I can't wait to get away from this and get this spa day in, or do my facial, or sit down and get my feet done, to do my feet myself, or buy some press-on nails. Hello, Kiss Nails. I could be an ambassador for you. And slap some nails on, and do what you do. So at the end of the day, I had a moment. I had to realize what is happening. Like, what happened to you? And I realized then I did not deal with my divorce. I definitely, well, I wasn't divorced at the time. I didn't deal with the breakup of my marriage. And I was scared to deal with it because of not only the pain of my marriage ending, but before I got married, my fiance died. So I was engaged to someone who died. And then my best friend and I ended up dating. And I trusted him with everything. Like, I trusted this guy. And he was cheating. And, I was like, okay, certain people, you can work through infidelity. You really can. I believe that wholeheartedly. To each his own. I'm not going to go into that, because I'm not going to go into that. But if you choose to work through infidelity, it can happen.
Everybody picks their poison.
Right.
And it depends on the person.
Right. I don't come back from betrayal. So this was a little deeper than just the infidelity, because I was like, I was younger. Okay, so I'm gonna say, because I told him, I said, if you cheat, I'm gonna cheat. Like, I was ignorant. Ignorant. That's what I said. I said, listen, if you change the page of the book that we writing, I'm following the lead of the change of the book.
Yeah.
If you get,
I know what you want.
Right. It was terrible.
2021.
Okay, I was terrible. Do not listen to that old person. I'm just being very transparent. I was not the demure lady that I am today. And I was like, listen, because if you could get some, sir, I'm gone. I'm out. I'll be back, but I'm out. And so, but I really didn't feel like that. Like, when I found out that something, I didn't even know when he left that he was cheating. But when I did, I was so hurt because I trusted him to be my friend. And so for me, my thing was, if something happens in our house, I want to know first. I don't want to be in a room full of people and everybody else knows my business and I don't. So if you cheat and you told them that you cheated, like, that's not right. Why can't I know too? Because I at least want to be able to, when I walk around somebody, be like, oh, don't you know? They walked around here and everybody thought they was all happy and 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 I said that right
that's
there,
a knife in the back. Right,
is not fair to our relationship, because we had a really good bond. Like, he was really, truly, honestly my best friend. He's passed away, so God bless. But at the end of the day, no, I didn't kill him. Everybody. That was really my friend, and husband and lover and all of that.
Yeah.
And so, and I didn't cheat on him because he cheated on me. I was very faithful. Thank you, God. I didn't think I could do it, but I did. And so, thank you. Listen, I was in my 20s.
She was still fine as one.
I was.
I'm surprised she made it.
I was reckless. And so, like, now I would mentor somebody, be like, baby, listen, some books you need to read, and we're going to talk about this because you can't be out here in these streets like I was. Reckless. But I didn't want to get married. I before I got engaged to my fiance that passed away, I was like, I'm not marrying nobody ever. What are we doing? And I mean, I'm talking about in the church, singing in choir, grandfather the pastor. I'm a PK kid being raised by the grandparents.
See, that's the problem. You was too close to the congregation and the staff.
I was close to the congregation, but I wasn't close to the Lord. Okay? And let me tell y'all something. I looked the part. I was the poster child for Christianity. But no, sir, no, ma'am. And I'm telling you,
I'm breaking down.
Have a relationship with God. Because now today I have a relationship with God, and that is my source, and we have a relationship. It's not about a building, because I'm the church, she's the church. But we don't have to be in church to be the church. We're the church.
Yes.
And so I had to really learn about that. That's a whole nother topic, because me and Jesus been through some things. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, see, I'll be like, look.
I'm still your daughter.
She don't even know me. I got in front of this camera. I don't even know myself right now. I went like this. This is not me, guys. I'm not me, but this is me. And I just.
I was born a water baby, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the grey to sunshine. 'Cause I will live through days that break me, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the grey to sunshine.
I'm still trying to write the story as I see it. The trouble is when I say it, they don't believe it. They reckon I only say it, but I don't mean it. I'm trying to tell them I only say it if I can feel it. 'Cause money's tight, maybe tighter than it was before. I'm helping out on a mortgage I really can't afford. Family breaking north, I covered the trips abroad. Shaking, I'm making another loss on another tour. But what I done it for? To see my mother in the sun abroad. I run in the trouble that was coming for. My little brother got the hunger for. All the exact same pain that makes the rain in my stomach pour. So let me paint it broader. This for any dude who's got a daughter, living off lines like your papa taught her. Ain't got no time to be coming for you. Go with the flow with this, running water. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this.
Don't you worry, two leaves won't grow the same, and people might forget your name. Doesn't matter if they do. Don't you hurry, when the hot coffee pours will stain, and when the Uber left you in the rain, your time will come around to you. Despite the stress of spending so much time alone, 'cause this geography is keeping me at home when I don't know the way to go. I move with the flow of this running water, this running water. 'Cause I was born a water baby, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the grey to sunshine. 'Cause I will live through days that break me, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the grey to sunshine.